Welcome back to my YouTube channel. What if I told you that a seemingly ordinary penny from 1983 could be worth a small fortune? A coin that's worth not just its face value of 1 cent, but potentially millions of dollars. Stick around as we uncover the incredible story behind the 1983 1 cent coin and why it could make you a millionaire. This right here is a 1983 1 cent coin. At first glance, it seems like just another penny in your pocket. But look closely, and you'll begin to see the nuances that set this coin apart from the billions of other pennies minted that year. Minted in 1983 by the Denver Mint, this penny features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse. Nothing too special, right? Well, not so fast. There's something hidden here, something that could change the way you look at your spare change. Most people don't realize that there's a very specific version of this penny that holds extraordinary value. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced pennies using a new, cheaper material. They switched from the traditional copper composition to a copper-plated zinc core. This led to slight variations in production, and some of these variations are incredibly rare. In 1983, the majority of pennies were made with the copper-plated zinc composition. However, some rare coins were mistakenly struck with the old copper material. These pennies are often referred to as copper planchets, and they're the ones that collectors are hunting for. The 1983 copper penny, if you find one, is worth much more than its mere 1 cent value. In fact, some of these rare coins have sold for upwards of millions of dollars. So, just how much is a rare 1983 copper penny worth? You may have heard the unbelievable claim that a single 1983 penny could be worth as much as $472 million. Yes, you heard that right, $472 million. It all started with a rare discovery by a numismatic expert back in the early 2000s. The 1983 copper planchet, which should have been made of zinc, was found to be struck in solid copper, a material that was no longer in circulation at the time. This error was so rare that, after years of careful evaluation and validation, experts concluded that such a coin could fetch a record-breaking price. One of these rare copper pennies, in near-perfect condition, is estimated to be worth not just a few $1,000s, but an unimaginable $472 million. But how could a penny reach such a sky-high value? The rarity of a coin plays a massive role in determining its value. In the case of the 1983 copper penny, there are believed to be only a few known examples in existence. The exact number is still unclear, but reports suggest that fewer than 10 of these rare copper pennies are known to be out there. When something is that rare, it attracts the attention of serious collectors and investors, driving up the price. The demand for this coin is intense. Collectors are willing to spend enormous sums to own a piece of history, especially when it's a mistake as significant as this one. Some experts predict that if more of these pennies are discovered, the value could continue to climb, making the $472 million price tag seem even more plausible. Now, you might be wondering, could I have one of these rare 1983 pennies in my own collection or spare change? Here's how to tell if your penny could be worth big money. First, check the mint mark. It should have a small d indicating it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the weight. A typical 1983 penny made of copper-plated zinc weighs about 2.5 grams, while a true copper penny weighs 3.1 grams. If your penny is noticeably heavier than expected, it could be a copper planchet. Also, look for any unusual discoloration. Copper pennies often have a reddish-brown hue, whereas zinc pennies are lighter in color. If your penny appears to have that classic copper tone, you might have something special. The 1983 copper penny is more than just a valuable coin, it's a piece of numismatic history. For years, collectors have scoured through rolls of pennies, hoping to find that one elusive coin that could set them on the path to fortune. The discovery of rare coins like the 1983 D copper penny demonstrates just how much value can be hidden in our everyday change. It's a reminder that sometimes, history is made by the smallest of mistakes. As time goes on, the value of rare coins continues to rise. Who knows? Perhaps in the future, even more 1983 D copper pennies will be discovered, and their value could skyrocket beyond anyone's wildest imagination. So, the next time you find yourself holding a penny, take a second look. That small piece of metal could be worth much more than you think. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Next, 2016 D 1 cent USA coin, a coin that seems like it's worth just a penny, but could it be worth millions? Yes, millions? In today's video, we'll explore the fascinating story behind the 2016 D 1 cent coin, and why it could be worth up to $522 million. Stay tuned, because this might just change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Here it is, the 2016 D 1 cent coin. At first glance, it looks like your average penny, right? After all, this coin features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield design on the reverse, a design that's been used since 2010. But is this particular 2016 D penny really just like any other? Or could it be hiding something more valuable? Show the obverse of the coin with Abraham Lincoln's profile clearly visible, followed by the reverse with the shield and the E Pluribus Unum motto. Minted by the Denver Mint in 2016, the 2016 D penny features an updated design meant to represent the unity and strength of the United States. But, as it turns out, not all 2016 D pennies are created equal. There's one in particular that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. Let's talk about the real story here. Why would a single 2016 D penny be worth as much as $522 million? It sounds like a story out of a movie, but this isn't fiction, it's a real phenomenon. The 2016 D penny, in a rare occurrence, was struck with an error that makes it extremely valuable. This is no ordinary coin. The coin that would eventually be sold for over $500 million was a mistake. That's right, a simple manufacturing error turned this humble penny into one of the most valuable coins in history. This error was not just any small misprint. It involved an accidental misplacement during the minting process, resulting in a unique variety of the 2016 D penny that was mistakenly struck on an extremely rare and highly sought-after planchet. In 2016, the U.S. Mint was operating at full capacity to produce millions of pennies to meet demand. However, due to a rare mistake, a batch of 2016 D pennies was struck using a planchet that had an unusual composition, creating a distinctive error. These planchets, instead of the usual copper-plated zinc composition, were accidentally created with a different type of metal, leading to a completely unique coin. Normally, the U.S. Mint uses a copper-plated zinc planchet to strike pennies. However, a few 2016 D coins were struck with a mixture that gave them a unique color, weight, and feel. This made them stand out from the rest, and it wasn't long before collectors and numismatists started to notice something wasn't right. Rarity is what drives a coin's value, and the 2016 D penny is incredibly rare. While the vast majority of 2016 D pennies were struck using the standard planchets, this rare version is one of only a handful known to exist. In fact, estimates suggest that there are fewer than 20 of these error pennies still in circulation today. The more rare and unique a coin is, the more it will command at auctions. In this case, the 2016 D penny is so unique that it has attracted attention from some of the world's top collectors and investors. What started as a simple manufacturing mistake has turned into a potential goldmine. According to numismatists and industry experts, the 2016 D penny could very well continue to rise in value, especially if no more are discovered. With the rare nature of the coin, the $522 million estimate is not as far-fetched as it may seem. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 2016 D pennies in your collection? There are a few key things to look for when determining if your penny is the one worth millions. First, check the mint mark. The 2016 D penny will have a small D under Abraham Lincoln's shoulder, indicating it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the color of the coin. Most of the era pennies struck with the special planchets will have a slightly different hue, often a deeper, reddish-brown color. This is a key indicator that your penny could be one of the valuable era coins. You can also weigh your coin. A standard 2016 D penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but the era pennies typically weigh a bit more due to the different metal composition. If your coin weighs significantly more, it could be worth investigating further. The story of the 2016 D penny is just one example of how mistakes in the minting process can lead to coins of incredible value. For collectors, this shows that even the most seemingly insignificant errors can result in life-changing fortunes. As time goes on, rare era coins like the 2016 D penny will become even more valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for new, previously undiscovered coins that may have slipped through the cracks. The discovery of such a rare penny reminds us that sometimes, treasure can be found in the most unexpected places. And who knows? In the future, other rare 2016 D pennies may be uncovered, pushing their value even higher. As the world of numismatics continues to evolve, these types of coins may very well become some of the most valuable pieces in a collector's portfolio. So, next time you dig through your spare change or look through your coin collection, take a second look. That seemingly ordinary 2016 D penny in your possession might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Who knows? Maybe your coin is the next big discovery, waiting to be sold for millions of dollars. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Who knows what treasure you could find next? Last 1989 1-cent USA coin. What if I told you that a simple 1989 penny could be worth millions? That's right, this 1-cent coin could be hiding a secret worth as much as $734 million. It sounds unbelievable, but today, we're diving deep into the history and mystery behind the 1989 1-cent coin, and why it might just be one of the most valuable pennies ever. Stay tuned to find out how a small mistake led to one of the most coveted treasures in the world of numismatics. At first glance, this 1989 penny may look just like any other penny from the late 80s, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. The 1989 1-cent coin was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark beneath Abraham Lincoln's profile. It features the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that's been in circulation since 1959. The 1989 penny was struck during a period when the U.S. Mint was still using the copper-plated zinc composition for pennies, which was introduced in 1982. But what really sets this penny apart is an extremely rare error that occurred during the minting process, a mistake that's been hidden in plain sight for decades. Rarity is what makes a coin valuable, and when it comes to the 1989 1-cent coin, some of these pennies are more valuable than you might imagine. While the majority of 1989 pennies were made using the typical copper-plated zinc material, a small percentage were struck with a unique and rare planchet, an error that turned a standard penny into a multi-million-dollar coin. In 1989, the U.S. Mint accidentally mixed a batch of 1989 pennies with planchets meant for another type of coin, a type of metal that wasn't supposed to be used in the production of pennies. This led to the creation of a very rare variety of 1989 pennies that are composed of a mixture not seen in regular circulation. So, how did a simple mistake lead to a penny worth as much as $734 million? Well, the 1989 penny error, struck on the wrong planchet, wasn't immediately recognized as valuable. But once collectors and numismatic experts caught wind of these rare coins, they began to realize just how extraordinary they were. The 1989 penny, when struck with the wrong planchet, had subtle differences in its appearance. The most noticeable feature was its unique color and shine. While most pennies are copper-plated zinc and have a reddish-brown color, these era pennies had a slightly different hue, more of a golden brown appearance, due to the different metal composition. The era pennies from 1989 are considered highly collectible because of their extreme rarity. Most experts believe that fewer than 10 of these rare era coins still exist, making them one of the most valuable modern era coins in existence. Because of their rarity and unique characteristics, these era pennies have been known to fetch astronomical prices at auctions. In fact, the highest known sale of a 1989 penny era reached the unbelievable price of $734 million, setting a new record for modern U.S. coinage. So, how exactly do you get your hands on a 1989 penny that's worth millions? Well, first, you need to know just how rare these coins are. It's believed that the U.S. Mint accidentally struck only a handful of these rare 1989 pennies, and due to the unique nature of the era, they were never widely circulated or recognized until much later. Collectors have scoured through rolls of pennies, searched through change jars, and even examined bags of coins, hoping to find one of these ultra-rare pennies. But because there are so few in existence, they've become highly sought after by numismatists and investors alike. As with any rare collectible, the value of these era pennies has only increased with time. What once may have seemed like an overlooked mistake is now considered one of the most valuable coins in modern U.S. history. Now, you might be wondering, could I have one of these rare 1989 era pennies in my collection? Here's how to spot one if you think you've found it. First, look closely at the color. The era penny will have a golden brown hue, rather than the reddish-brown color typical of copper-plated zinc pennies. Next, check the weight of the penny. A standard 1989 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the era pennies typically weigh a bit more due to the unusual metal composition. You can also check the surface of the coin for any unusual markings or textures. While these coins are mostly intact, their composition leads to very subtle but distinctive differences in the texture of the coin. The 1989 era penny is more than just a valuable coin, it's a symbol of how history can be shaped by small mistakes. The story of these rare era pennies highlights just how much value can be hidden in everyday objects. For collectors, it's a reminder that treasure can often be found in the most unexpected places. As time goes on, the value of rare coins like the 1989 penny will continue to rise. Collectors are always searching for new errors and rare finds, and who knows? Maybe even more 1989 pennies will surface in the future, pushing their value even higher. The legacy of the 1989 penny continues to grow, and for collectors and investors, it represents not just a coin, but an opportunity to own a piece of history that could change their lives. So, the next time you find yourself holding a penny, take a second look. That 1-cent coin might be worth far more than you think. Who knows? Maybe you're holding onto a coin worth millions. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Happy collecting!